Urban Explorer Stories. According to Reddit, number 17. I went urban exploring in an abandoned college campus. It was pretty cool. Due to a demolished and graffitied area. At the time, I kept sending video messages to friends of me just roaming around and looking all over. The way the area was set up was pretty much a singular building in this giant lot with nothing on it. Right in the middle, with it being open, about 100 meters in either direction. The building was 3 stories, and on the ground floor, there was an open area that appeared to have an abandoned car in it. So, I'm messing around, looking at this graffiti and the random junk that littered the area. I'm recording videos for my friends when I finally go to record the graffiti right next to the car. I started filming a video of the graffiti when the car turns on. I immediately throw my hands up and point towards the gate to gesture, "Sorry, didn't realize somebody was here. I'll just be on my way." When the guy starts blaring on the horn and starts revving the engine, at this point I'm startled, and decided to gun it down the driveway, back to the gate, and he starts speeding after me, in the car, still blaring on the horn. Due to me being startled and running, I apparently accidentally hit send on the video that I took on my phone to my friend, with the caption 1111 as I was running away. At this point, I was right in the headlights with him right behind me, so I turned off the driveway and ran over a pile of rocks, falling down on my way down the other side of them. I scratched my knee pretty badly, glasses go flying off, and I got scratched up too. I get the glasses and sprint. I reach the fence, and there's some bushes for cover. The guy pulls up near and winds down the window, and you could smell the car, even with how far away this was. It was putrid. And the guy for sure looked like he was living out of this car. I have insane adrenaline going and sort of slink further away, but I can't get over the fence. I figure at this point that I should just wait the guy out. So I'm there for maybe 20 minutes while he's just in his car, idling. By this point, my friend was practically having a panic attack, thinking that I had just gotten murdered, and my adrenaline was wearing off. But the pain from my leg was setting in. I couldn't climb the fence and quickly get away, not without him noticing. My friend was messaging me like crazy, asking if I was okay, to the point that she ended up driving to the place to rescue me. She pulled up a bit up the street, and the guy drove up towards there, which gave me the chance to climb the fence. She rushed down to where I was, picked me up, and we drove off. Never have I been so scared in my life. And I've never been appreciated or appreciated someone More. Yeah. You have to wonder if you all have someone that would come to your rescue. You know what I mean? I believe this entry started with a picture. Didn't think it'd be a video. We could probably review the end of that again.
Okay.
Pretty crazy. Well, continuing up, we arrive at number 16. Son of a bitch. I was 16 or 17 years old, so it was probably around 2016, minus 10 years. I'm out in the park, out in the western suburb of Chicago with some friends. It's a medium-sized forest preserve with big industrial lot leading to the parking lot. There's also a prairie area, then a big old forest with paths. We're walking around the forest for a few hours in the early afternoon, and we see some random pentagrams and things of this sort around. Honestly, nothing super out of the ordinary, but they seem concentrated by this field. That's probably like 2,000 square feet of 4-foot tall grass. For whatever reason, I thought it'd be fun to just walk into the middle of the grass field. Right in the dead center, there's an 8-foot long, 3-foot wide rectangle of freshly dug ground. It was like the perfect fit for a body. Because of how tall the grass was, it was almost totally covered. But when I moved the grass back, it seemed like a burial mound. I told my friend that we had to leave, so we make a beeline back to the parking lot. My friend didn't smoke in his car, so we had a cigarette next to the car. The cops pull up. And we're underage, so we flick our cigarettes and start to get into the car. The cop turns on his lights and stops us. Once he sees we're kids, he says something like, "You assholes get out of here, it's not a good place to be after dark." And for an update, a couple of people mentioned a cult nearby. I remember rumors, but apparently years later it was confirmed. It was more or less physically connected to the park. There seems to be an article linked here. Intriguing. The cult next door. Goddamn articles. Do y'all get paid by the second of somebody being on your page? Ugh. Well, from what we're gathering, there seems to be unfortunate cases of abuse towards people that are younger. Oh, God. Someone says you should go back during the daytime and see if anything was buried there. Come on, man. Well, if it isn't Tara, Hello to everybody in the stream chat. Here's hoping you're having a wonderful day. Nice to see you, Premortem. Otaku. Here's hoping nobody's getting too stressed or going exploring places that they shouldn't be, because sometimes the people that are there aren't in the mood for visitors. Number 15. Once I was messing around on the outskirts of a train yard taking pictures of old train cars. I ran into a mechanic, I guess, or maybe a maintenance worker, who ended up being super cool and started up and pulled a locomotive out of the shed for us. Intriguing. Is that it? Number 2, in an old abandoned mining site, somewhere I ended up around the side of a big machine thing that ran into a homeless dude living in a tent. He also turned out to be cool, and we gave him some of our food and sat around for a while talking. It's at this point in the Reddit list that I always like to, in the interest of clarity, clue people in to what kind of list this is as far as Reddit is concerned. What was the name of this list? Allow me to read it for you. It says, Urban Explorers of Reddit, what was your I better get the fuck out story? Let me read that again for you. Urban Explorers of Reddit, what was your I better get the fuck out story? As in, man, I better leave. As in, whew, this isn't a situation that I should stay in. So to go back to the entry we just read, I met a guy. He was a cool guy. And then I met another guy. He was a cool guy too. I hope you all enjoyed the story. I thought that I'd fucking explode if I didn't get to tell people my story. That doesn't fit here, but I just had to tell people my story. I really need to start checking myself and not going below like 13, lucky number 13 on any of these lists, because you'd think that we have a line to some people who have gone 50 years without social interaction. Can you read? Oh my God. Icky Gabby says, is that you and Dia as cartoons on the screen? So adorable. These are Papuko and Pipi Me art. How you normie? It's fine. I guess when people have kids, they don't know. They don't know. You know? And I gotta get with that program. Talk about my pop team epic art. How you don't know about my epic art? Epic's right in the name too, bro. Where's the other one? No way I'll be able to find it. Just kidding. I found it. Where the hell is Honkler? Don't giggle. It's serious.
Where are they? Where are the honklers?
There he is.
But where's the other one?
I'm not sure. The honkler should stay big too, but just for now, so people can see. I apologize for that last entry. I feel like I personally owe you something better. Maybe this once I'll go down to 17. Wait, no, we read 17, so I'll go down to 18. I came across a large structure with high windows. It was essentially one rather large room, 2 external doors, cathedral height, ceiling, windows, high on the walls. The interior was painted a rather drab yellowish green, and paint was peeling everywhere. The floor was sort of cement, cracked here and there. Hey Dia, I ask you a story about you going somewhere and seeing some shit and then wanting to leave?
Yep.
Do you open the story with a description of what the structure is like and how high the windows are on the outside and whether or not the rooms are large and if there's doors that are on the exterior and you know, likening this building to other types of structures that I might be familiar with, going as far as to, you know, again, reiterate how high the windows are on the wall because you didn't say that before. You know what I mean? Is this the kind of shit you'd waste my... You fucking bore me? You want to bore me before you tell me a story? You want to bore me to tell you a story? Fuck me, man. You know? I mean, sometimes women can make people regret saying anything, but I don't think that most people, regardless of their gender, would bore me. And, you know, sometimes you want to set the scene, but tell me a story, man. None of this could possibly all be pertinent to the okay. Look, man. There may have been a drain somewhere in the floor, but there was lots of dirt and leaves. All of a sudden, the loudest shrill, a scream, emanated from right smack in the middle of the room. We both cover our ears by reflex, and this lasted for about 2 seconds. We had been on opposite sides of the room examining the walls and chipped paint. Or were you guys chipping the paint? You know, we both freak out and we exit, each at the door nearest to where we had been. We circle around, meet on one side, and we each hear the scream come from the middle of the empty room, but nobody else was there. Nobody else could have been there based on what we could see. Certainly nowhere near enough for it to have seemed to be from inside. Oh. Never experienced anything else like that. Update. Lots of valid suggestions here. It's not a woman stuck in the drain. The drain was like a 3-inch pipe in the ground. Let me be clear, I do not believe in ghosts or any such things. I've never seen valid evidence of such. Nevertheless, it was nasty business. You're in a room, you hear a scream. You and your friend run because you were busy chipping paint. What's all this ass shit about the fuck? I came across a large structure with high windows and it was essentially one rather large room, 2 external, you know what I mean? Let the autism flow through you, dear. Strong.
Maybe they described it because of what they said later in the story, where based on how the building was, there couldn't have been someone else in there with them.
Mm-hmm.
Which is too much detail for just saying. So based on where we were and how the building was, I don't think anyone was there with us. Spooky. Spooky, spooky.
It doesn't get any more perplexing than this. Number 14. Sort of urban exploring, I guess. When I was at U Chicago, they were renovating some of the Green Line stations, and a friend and I would jump the turnstiles at the station across from our building. We would do this during the night, and then get high and watch the trains. Day 2 of the station being closed, and one of the conductors saw us and actually stopped. So we got on with only one other person in the car, thinking it'd be fun to just ride it until it came back. It's pretty late, and after a few minutes, we realized that the homeless-looking guy sitting at the other end of the car isn't actually masturbating. He's cleaning a gun. We got off only to realize that it was an Ashland 63rd bound train and had no idea where the fuck we were. To this day, neither of us remember how we made it home. Only now writing this do I realize that we had no way of getting back, since they wouldn't have stopped at our station again. Oh, so spooky. You know, I've heard of Mario Mystery Box, but who the hell is Mario Misty Box? Alright, you gotta try a little bit harder than that. That's flat titty energy. We need big titty energy. Okay? Maybe even a little bit of goth in there. I don't know what this is. Okay? Come on. I believed in you. You've let Cyael down. Jesus. Maria.
Reminds me of like 3 different songs.
Number 13. I was exploring when I noticed some dude following me. I was saved by a bus driver who noticed me and opened the door as he was passing me by. Damn, it must be nice to be a woman, because if a bus driver saw me being followed, he'd be like, you know what I'm talking about? Be real. Bus driver ain't saving your life. Not in a million years. Not in a million years. Very nice. Glad that some people can be lifesavers. That's what this is. Lifesaver, like, you know, like not only you were thinking of the other kind of lightsaber, Cyael. I'm sorry. I was adjusting. Number 12. I was exploring an abandoned mine shaft for the second day in a row. This was in a small old Midwestern town that used to be booming because of the mining industry, but it has long been abandoned. It was also a 10-minute walk from the nearest road. This time, I went with different friends and better flashlights. The door that I had gone through the first day was now padlocked shut. That should have been the first red flag. But we had found an entrance from the rooftop into one of the main buildings and continued to explore anyway. After exploring about 3 floors of the mine shaft below, we were back on the main floor, exploring the workshop, the garage, and I was looking through the cracks of light coming through the rusted metal walls, when I noticed a bright color that stood out from the rest of the area. It was a man looking back at me through the cracks. I was seeing his blue sweater. I could see 2 sets of eyes looking into the room that we were in, and after whispering to my friends that there was people watching us through the wall, we fucking booked it out and jumped off the roof and into the woods. The men were in a pickup truck and drove around looking for us, even getting out of the truck to look around. We couldn't see them from where we took cover, but we could hear the truck stop, the doors open, and footsteps breaking the leaves and twigs only around 20 feet away from us. We hid there for about 15 minutes while the men searched around for us, and it is harder than most people think to try and quiet your breathing after sprinting. It was terrifying. I'm not going back there. You sure? Well, if you try, maybe you can find another way in. Maybe this time you won't get away. You know what I'm talking about. Have any of you been urban exploring? Sometimes I go all the way to my bathroom and back. Dia thinks I'm hilarious, dude. You know what I mean? Sometimes she almost wets herself in her sleep thinking about dreams. Wait, dreaming about things that I said. Look, I only fucked that up so that she would laugh because I'm hilarious, see? Oh my god. Maria Titty Box. It's just stupid. As we continue up this list, we arrive at number 11. I was camping in British Columbia with my girlfriend. Where's my soundboard? I need to get the soundboard so I can make that dumb noise. Come on. Wait 1 second here. Okay. I was camping in British Columbia with my girlfriend at the time, and her dog. Had a couple of rough-looking people who were the only other people in the area that we were camping in. But it was late, so we set up and thought nothing of it. Oh, damn. The guy wanders over while we're in our tent. We can hear him outside and the dog is barking at this point, and I get out and ask what he's doing, and he says he just wanted to pet the dog. This is like at midnight, and I told him we were settling in, okay? The guy wanders off, without replying at all to what I said. I woke up the next morning to what looked to me like a single 9mm bullet sitting upright on our site's picnic table, and a happy face made with sticks and rocks on the bench, part of the table below it. Maybe it was a shitty joke, but we sure as fuck didn't stay around to find out. He could have killed y'all. And that's the lucky version. He could have killed one of you and used the other one. Oh my god. White people love day camping, baby. Gotta go camping, man. No way that's the real foolish Mario mystery box and his Sonic Slick Rings bullshit. Auntie says, heard heavy steps and twigs in the backwoods of Minnesota when I was four-wheeling. About 10 minutes later, we saw a cub. Oh my god. It was a bear. Bears aren't a joke. They can rip a man to shreds. Like they were a piece of paper, man. Like they were a piece of paper. Big titties bless us. As we continue. Number 10. I came upon an active shooting gallery in a tunnel one time, and I noped the fuck out of there in a hurry. What is an active shooting gallery?
Is that where they go to shoot?
This fool does genuinely not have multiple incognito windows open, having logged into all of this stupid shit. Shadow's edgy roller skates? Are any of these psychopaths even subscribed? Bruh, I should make it so that only subscribers can comment. How would you like? What if I went to Top Chat? Would he even be there? Yeah, he's still there. Son of a bitch. What a dick-licking mother. Chalky peanut butter eating. As we continue up this list, we arrive at number 9. I was exploring an abandoned TB hospital, and I heard a sound that sounded a lot like a homeless person snoring. You can tell when they're homeless by how they snore, dear. They snore like this. I ain't got no home. got nowhere to sleep at night. Stupid. How is it mean? The joke is that you wouldn't be able to tell if a person's homeless by how they snore. Sounded like a homeless person snoring. Shadow says, I'm subscribed with all 32 of my accounts. How do you know it's 32? You liar. That's just a number that you're throwing out there. Okay. If all 32 of those accounts donated to me $32, that would add up
to a lot of money for nuggets.
Why do you think I'd be using it on nuggets? You can't say stuff like that as a joke because people think you're serious. I'm not buying nuggets, Dia.
You're buying the fancy nuggets from Walmart.
Bro, those don't count. Also, I can't get them because they're never there. And we've established this before. The honey battered chicken tenders that Walmart occasionally seems to have, that are my new favorite, are rarely available. So it's not even really something to talk about. On top of that, I recently discovered, or rediscovered, thanks to Reddit, that the sauce that I'm looking for, I don't remember what it's called. Jesus, are you okay, Cyael? Yeah, somebody in that list said it's called Mayploy sweet chili sauce, which excites me in ways that you can't understand. You see, I've been looking for this chili sauce for a while. Sweet, spicy, taco. And then when they told me in the thread, after years and years, they said, oh, all you have to do, it's definitely Mayploy. After all these years. Soon I'll be the homeless man snoring. But I'll be prepared. Sorry, I was just working on my homeless guy voice. I will be protecting my Mayploy sauce, Dia. And if these kids think that they can come take it from me, I'm going to show them that Cyael is going Pika. Did you see this thumbnail?
Yeah, I like it.
Good. Great.
It's cute.
Cute isn't what I was going for. This is a very serious list of serious things, happening in a serious way, and I need you to...
Show me a chubby Pikachu plushie. I'm going to automatically think it's cute. There's nothing intimidating about Pikachu. Chubby Pikachu.
I'm exploring a hospital, and I hear what sounds like a homeless person snoring. It took a while for my friends and I to work up the courage to go into the room where we heard it. We also thought it would be prudent for us to strip naked and discard any and everything we could have used to defend ourselves. We also decided it would be hilarious if we backed into the room so that we could see least of what there might be to see. We go into the room, but we were rewarded with only the sight of a vulture's nest. I have a question from the stream chat. What's the limit on nuggets before you become room temperature, Dia? Answer the question.
What?
What's the limit on nuggets before you become room temperature? Answer the question. What's the limit on chicken nuggets before you become room temperature, Dia?
42. That's my final.
Oh, you think you can make it 42 nuggets before you become room temperature?
Yes.
Before you become it.
Yes.
Become it.
Yes.
Become it. Room temperature. Room temperature. I don't think you're understanding. It's a limit. You understand? The limit.
Yeah, and I'm saying it's 42. The answer is always 42.
You have your task. Shadow's edgy roller skates. If you can create 32 accounts, you can donate 132 times. I believe in you. The Fellowship of the Ring believes in you. Do it fast, before you become room temperature. Number 8. You know, I spent a lot of years in urban exploration hoping something would make me nope out. It happened a lot, but it was always the same thing. The police. Damn. Somebody says, are you sure you're not breaking and entering? That's what urban exploring is, really. It's trespassing, but you're white, so you can get away with it. Just going urban exploring, guys. If the cops show up, we gotta get out of here. Ugh. A little bit late here, but I once went urban exploring with my brother in an old abandoned naval base at midnight. We snuck into the officers' quarters and were just exploring when we heard a noise. We're both into photography, so I decided to take a flash photo and see if I could catch anything weird in the light. The camera went off. We both saw a massive 6-foot-long bee's nest on the side of one of the walls. I think our presence had disturbed them because hundreds of them had begun crawling into the outside of the nest. It was the single scariest thing that I've ever seen, and it was gone in a second because of the camera flash. We noped the fuck out right there as a cop was pulling up to see what we were up to. The picture. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's a way to go, isn't it? Getting stung to death by bees while you're urban exploring? Imagine the police telling your parents they didn't survive. They were stung in the eyes. They were stung in the throat. And they met their demise. Your parents, they cry because they little boys die. They got stung by the bees and they asked themselves why. Pizza pie. All fruit of the loom. These boys are room temperature. Shakalaka, boom boom. Yeah. Thank you. You were saying.
Have you seen My Girl?
My Girl. No.
It's with Macaulay Culkin.
How big are her boobs? How big are her
No,
boobs?
it's when they were kids.
Who?
Children. It's a movie about 2 kids.
Why would I be interested in that? Be realistic.
So, I'm talking about when, like, maybe you were younger, you saw that movie.
You think when I was younger, I was trying to watch movies with other kids in it? I was like, oh my god. So My Girl is a movie with Macaulay Culkin in it.
Yes.
I haven't seen any Macaulay Culkin movies other than Home Alone, and I haven't even seen the sequels. So
You need to see the one.
People keep telling me to watch this other one with him and like.
Yes.
Is it Seth Green?
No.
No. Is it Leonardo DiCaprio? He's in something with somebody else, and I'm like, okay, whatever.
The reason that they were telling you that is because you were asking one stream if there were movies about kids being evil towards adults and stuff. And he's in a movie where he is the evil kid. And I think that you may like it.
A bad son. Intriguing.
And I'm a time you touched me, you son of a bitch.
As we continue. Number 6. Number 1. I found a gas leak in an abandoned house that had been building up for years a couple of weeks ago. And I got the fuck out. But not before finishing taking photos that I wanted with extreme caution. That one I reported to the police as it's classified as a hazard in the urbex community. Bro, a gas leak and you didn't immediately get out. Wow. So I ran into security. during an unexpected interior patrol while I was urban exploring. He definitely knew we were there, so we had to book it for the tree line before he could get the cops out there to search. It's just the gayest thing to go to go to jail for. You know what I mean? Being ugh. And it's so gross potentially, you know what I mean? I feel like I'd want to wear a suit of armor out urban exploring if I were going to do that, but I don't really want to. I feel like people get a thrill and a sense of being alive in a way that...
You mean a hazmat suit?
In a way that I could just getting high and watching a bunch of videos online. You know how many playlists I got prepared, Dia?
I know.
Oh, my playlist.
Watch, like, one of them.
Okay, number 3. Some homeless dude was chucking cans and bottles out of a 5th-story window of an old factory that my friend and I were poking around to scare us off. We took the hint and we left. A story where you guys took the hint, huh? This guy's talking about Cyael armor. You know how like the shoulder pads, they come off? And then they have like the little crotch guard, you know? Think of how hilarious I'd look in Cyael armor. I should wear this to Mom's house and be like, "That's who I am, Mom."
It's not a phase.
I want the vest, though. If I can get sexy to look good in that vest, oh my God, bro. I'd look good in a Cyael vest, Dia. I'm looking good. Give me that, looking good. Dia, I'm looking good. What? They don't understand, bro. Dia doesn't understand. She hasn't seen Dragon Ball Z.
I don't remember much.
My Mayploy sauce, Dia. Mayploy sauce. This isn't a ploy. Okay, Dia? See what I did there? It's a sauce, yes. It's in a sauce on our senses, you could say. You like that? That's terrible. That's terrible. Number 4, I tripped a motion detecting camera in the basement of an abandoned building and had to run. I know for a fact that that they got a face-full photo of me staring directly at the camera with shock. But I never heard anything horrible. I'm sorry, this list is kicking my ass, man. You know what it is? At 7 p.m., I set an alarm to take a nap and then wake up at 9 p.m. And then, you know what happened at 9 p.m.? I had laid down 7 minutes before. It was 8:53.
I think you shouldn't take a nap before a stream.
And I was like, let me lay down. Air Chunk says I'm becoming room temperature. Get the fuck out of here. Hey, you know what I'm talking about?
That's new.
It's not new. I just never used that button. Okay.
Is it the... No, I've heard you use the Brazilian funk button, and it's never sounded like that.
Let me smash.
Yeah. Hey, we're gonna do a Rhea check. She hates that noise, and I love her. You know? And she'll understand that love when, you know, when it doesn't matter anymore. Like, people will be on their deathbed, and then they'll understand. They'll finally understand. But it'll be too late. It'll be too late. Yeah? It'll be too late. As we continue up this list, we arrive at number 5. I was exploring the abandoned hospital at night when I see a light shining down the corridor just on my left. When I saw... I started to run. And I hear the loudest, most distorted laughter ever. I heard a man screaming, then the sound of something breaking, and I learned a few days later that it was my friend who knew I was going to be there alone and he wanted to scare me. The screaming man was actually coming from the YouTube video on the SCP Bone Breaker. Well, at least this has a clear-cut explanation and the guy was fucking with him, and that's amusing. But what if he, like, fell and broke something? Or ran into something that was impaled and then he got sick? You know what I mean?
Or died.
People fucking around, man. You know, it's a good way to get dead. But at least this didn't have a negative outcome. You know? This time, I will not bury more bodies for you, DM. I will not bury more bodies for you. Stop the yandere bullshit. I'm not here as your free body disposal shit. I could be using my talents to make mad money, but instead, my time is all...
Look, man, I wouldn't go to you to help me dispose of bodies. I'd be more like
Who do you have to dispose bodies of that you think would do a better job than me, dear? Who do you have? Oh, I don't want to say because it's on stream.
It's not about it's not about who could do it better than you. It's the fact that it could come back to you. And if you have some third party, then it would only be affecting me and not you. Yes, I'd be dragging you into nasty business. That's like Cottonmouth never had like his cousin be dealing with that shit.
With only 4 entries remaining on this list, watch me dust this one off in no time. In a building, I found the basement. Oh my god. Then I found the sub-basement. It was dark. I heard a sound. Then an animal running sound. Dogs barking. I fucking ran up the stairs and closed the fire door and got the fuck out. Speaking to some Urbex mentors, they explained if you hear dogs or see them, to not go in the area as it's probably used for a drug lab. You damn right. Did you know that, Dia?
I did not know that.
Did you know that, Dia? You damn right. And it's not just a drug lab either. They could also have, slaves down there. Not the, the old school slaves, but like the, you know what I mean? Using the women slaves. Ugh. Have I ever had women?
No, shut up. Have you ever gone like urban exploring or have known someone to do it?
You think I look like a bitch? Is that what you're saying? No, I'm never anywhere that I'm not supposed to be, or I'm paid to be. Effectively, it may sound up my own ass, but there it is. There it is. I'm not somewhere that I'm not forced to be. So, urban exploring. There are no titties perky enough to get me baited out into that situation. I'd be like, yeah, do that, live that life. You call me when things go wrong. Maybe I can be a driver to get y'all away, but I don't even know about all of that. You know what I mean? Diana. I pray to her. She has like the reverse version of a voodoo doll. You know what I mean, Dia?
No.
She keeps me safe. Not going urban exploring. Have you? You're asking me, have you? So that's a yes.
Not necessarily urban exploring.
Then
just
what?
Been, like out to like abandoned places.
That's what it is.
I thought it would be more like, I don't know, like complexes or something.
No, man. I mean, trespassing is trespassing. You're somewhere where you're not supposed to be. It's urban exploring. Yeah, it's not about whether or not somebody owned it or not. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to be there. That's pretty much what this is. Urban exploring is a very fun way to say trespassing. And the reason that it's particularly dangerous is because you're going to run into the shady types of people who would use these areas as squatting grounds or, a base of operations. That's why it's not smart. Not because, the ghosts and all of this shit, man. You're going to run into deranged, old, muttering to themselves, psychotic motherfuckers and people who are using this as an illegal den of, you can make a meth lab in a lot of places, but I'm not saying that that's what you're always going to run into. And, some people, I have to be real. I believe that a lot of people seek the thrill of potentially running into something like that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, some people just want to take photos of an old place that used to be something, and time has eroded what it was, and it's been left forgotten, and get themselves a nice dose of bacteria in their fucking lungs that they can bring back and spread to other people because they're pieces of shit like that. You know what I mean? Can you imagine what kinds of germs and bacteria are like growing on the surfaces of the shit that they're out there inhaling and touching? You know what I mean? And just like growing and cultured shit. You could do worse with a petri dish that you have deliberately tried to grow bacteria in than a place that you have just allowed to stay exposed to the elements. And then have people go in there, sliding their hand across all of the surfaces, mixing it with their secretions. People came out here and pissed and shit over time, and now it's just all fusing into something. And some white boy's like, oh, it seems we found the perfect thing to come out and do. Oh, what a wonderful day. Let's take some photos. They coming back, they rubbing shoulders with you at work. Come on, man. I just hope that, unfortunately, as terrible as this ridiculous pandemic has been, that as we roll into the future, it'll make some people a little bit more conscious of their actions. Not saying we need to put a stop to everything. Yeah, you know, let your kids play in mud or whatever. But, goddamn, man. Come on. Look at little Pepe kicking his feet. Jeez. We should look up a spooky video. But something that was like uploaded today and it's awful.
You should have like a Pepe for different moods.
Let's see here. Terrifying spooky footage. And then we're gonna search by like this week or some shit. Who are these people? What if I search by today, bro? Fucking today. Look at these bitches. Fuck all of this.
It was a black girl.
Michael Jackson. What?
ये वीडियो स्टार्ट करने से पहले मैं उन
Oh my god. Oh, fuck my balls.
But if you watch closely down the hallway, you'll see it. Oh my god. Did you see? Did you see? Did you see? Oh my god. Only your donations will save us. Let's continue this list. All right, number 3. All right. I was exploring an old stormwater filtration plant once. The lower levels of the main building were flooded. It was pretty overgrown. But I needed to get down to that lower floor. I'd brought a glass with me, you see, and it was my plan to drink the water. It called to me. This was my second time there, and I wanted to see more than I had seen the last time. A friend of mine and I had the bright idea to climb into one of the pipes that had an open manhole cover. It was really stupid for a whole bunch of reasons. We figured we knew or had a pretty good guess where it would come out, as there was another manhole on the other side of the compound in line with where these pipes were headed. When we got all the way there, though, it turned out it was welded shut. The worst bit was when we turned to go back, we realized we'd been slowly going downhill. The pipe was fairly slim and slimy. It seemed for a minute like we wouldn't be able to go back the way that we'd come. I've never quite felt that level of claustrophobia before or since. Hey guys, let's go down into this pipe that we're not sure about the exit of. Sounds like a good idea. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Oh my God. Do you see? Do you see? Do you see? Oh my God.
Bitch, are you for real?
Number 2. I was taking a look at some of the massive smokestacks in an abandoned factory, and I heard a radio squelch. That's time to go right there. Radio squelch got me going room temperature in this bitch. The fuck is a radio squelch, bro? What the fuck? Jesus, I didn't ask.
Definition of squelch. What is squelch? By standard definition, squelch means to quell, silence, or suppress something.
Cool. You're really not giving me an answer. You just have to stretch this like clearly. The noise that I just made is probably a squelch. And maybe it's not true, but you'd rather believe it than listen to a fucking 2-minute video of a guy going, "What is a squelch?" Thanks for listening to my intro, by the way, that I played before we got into the video. Also, you know, the dictionary defines. Why does everything have to make us all angrier? We should start the internet over, bro. I'm not saying we should, like, erase the past or anything. We should make it better. We must make it better. For our children. And the versions of us that we copy into like an avatar. It'd be pretty cool, right? Is that your vision of the future where you copy yourself into an avatar? That's what I want to do. Put my brain in a jar. Number 1. Spooky cement tunnel that seems to lead underground. Very dark and echoes go on for ages. We had no clue what it was. Didn't seem to be any kind of drainage tunnel because it was square and bone dry out in an open field. There are definitely some old bomb shelters and missile silos on our side of this area that are out of commission, so we decided to take a look. Only about 20 yards in, and the light from outside starts fading. Someone takes out a flashlight. We start seeing bare human footprints on the ground, leading deeper into the dark. Fuck that. We skedaddled. So listen, maybe I've gotten the wrong audience here. Are none of you here about urban exploration? Because I'm not, you know? It's messed up that Mr. Rogers' wife died. 92 years old, we'll all be lucky to reach so far. Especially in a world full of so much haters. You know what I mean? Finally, my patience has paid off. I refuse to support scalpers. Someone finally got a PS5, but that someone is not me. It's okay, guys. I'd like to continue this list, but I can't see through my tears. Through the tears. I wish you all the best. I wish you all a PS5. And a perky chest. Whether it's man or woman. See? Inclusive. Brave. courageous.
Courageous.
To be sandwiched between PS5 on one side, breasts on the other. To make a sandwich of delight. I'm here. I love you. And I wish you the best. I hope that you can stay out of trouble. And if all things go well, you'll see me again tomorrow. Take it easy. Have a wonderful night. Bravo 6. Going Pika.